Yo, you can't be beautiful inside and out without an envious and jealous man, individual that can't do anything else with the evil eye or just the fucking intentions and projections, yo. Anybody from the past will just try to put what they can't carry within themselves onto you. They'll fucking think that just because you're pretty, you gotta be a whore. Just because they don't feel pretty and they got a whore. This is some bullshit. You can't have good energy just because you want and choose good energy for you without somebody really trying or really getting butt hurt, yo. Legit butt hurt with trying to bind people, to try to mess up other people's energy without really exhausting themselves with their own energy. It's the one that really builds up their image more so than the actual character, because the character shows in exactly what it is that they fucking do. It's crazy, yo. Beauty inside and out really is what you choose for yourself, right? You really taking care of yourself, you're gonna take care of your insides too. And that shit shows, right? It fucking shows in your skin, it shows in your eyes, it shows in the fucking growth of your hair. It shows. You go to the gym, it's gonna fucking show. You do a lot of things, it's gonna fucking show. But let me put this up. Some people just don't, you know? They want to bind people to their shits. They want to bind people to what what's wrong with them, what they don't want to fix. They want to bind people to their toxicity because to bind people really is keeping their own small army of the same shit. They don't want to change. So why should anybody else fucking change? I want you to keep chasing after people, lusting after people, always taking everybody's money, always make sure everybody feels bad, always make sure you leave them heartbroken, always make sure they're in trauma. So they got their own little crew of the same shit, but they get mad at you for fucking walking away from that shit. What the hell is that shit, yo? It's like motherfuckers really want to play in the dark, but scared of the fucking light. So they want to call you ugly and dark. What the fuck type of shit is that? Because they're afraid to go to the light and see it, right? They want their image to seem like they're beautiful, but they do ugly shit. They talk ugly. They move ugly. Yet the image shows that, they are beautiful. They are nice, they dressed up in the nice shit. Yet you got to pay for that nice shit. They can't suffice for themselves with that nice shit. It doesn't make no sense. It's like you got to make up. It's like you got to make up a life. Instead of really living a life. But the makeup of the life really is the makeup of the people, places, and fucking things that make up you. But what are you? You know? Are you of the people, places, and things that fucking hoot and holler for you? Or are you what you make of you? What are you? Are you living your fucking life? That's my question. Because to bind people to the same fucking thing really is a loss for you. Nobody and everybody else too. You taking away lineages, you taking away bloodlines, you taking away the death of why we're here, all because of envy and jealousy. You want to throw spells in people, you want to speak over people, you want to pray over people. That's preying on their fucking longevity. you know Talking to this person, that person, this family, that family, to try to keep the families together. But then the families is what? Made up of what? What is the energy sitting on? What is the foundation? Yet it's people against people, for hurt. And when you're not feeling that hurt no more, they get mad at you because you don't want to feel that hurt no more. And when you walk away from for what shit? No, you don't want nobody to fucking hurt you, no matter which way they want to fucking hurt you. And when you build yourself up from, and away from people that hurt you, they get mad at you and they get fucking hurt. From what though? From what they fucking hurt you with, because they can't hurt nobody the fuck else, and they fucking binding, rituals, it's like y'all fucking the same people, y'all robbing the same people, y'all lying to the same people, y'all fucking bullshitting the same people, y'all betraying the same people. But those same people can't penetrate the other people that really don't want that same shit. It don't make no sense. They're the same ones that's destroying the parks, they're destroying it. Makes no sense. But it's the image we got to uphold. But what is the image? That at the end of the day, the definition of who the fuck we are really is the image that people uphold. But in the dark, they do a lot of shit. So what are we really upholding? But when you become that individual that choose for yourself to get away from the fuck shit, you're the bullshitter. Now you're the gold digger. Now you're the fucking this, that, and everything fucking else that they've been. But they gotta hide they shit. And when you do your shit in the light, you ain't doing shit. Fuck, y'all. That's when the narrative kicks in. But those are the same ones that's playing in the dark. They gotta live up that life that takes up a whole bunch of shit that you gotta do in the dark to live that life. But when you live in your life in the light, with no money needed, no people needed, that's the image of you that you're carrying. But they don't like that image of you because you're walking in the light. They want you to pretend with everybody else and wear the mask too. The fuck is that though? It's hot. As soon as you step outside in this city, you fucking sweating. It's fucking hot. But people got time to do shit because they inside. You can't be true to yourself when you gotta hide. That shit don't make no fucking sense. But people, yo, this spirituality shit is crazy because take off all your fucking clothes, the fucking human skin. What the fuck are you? But bones, blood, nervous system. But how's your nervous system? Is it calm around the people, places, and things around you? Or do you have to actually replicate the energy around you? Do you have to mimic the energy around you? That's pretending. Because when you are you, they have something against you. But that's something that's against you is really what's bothering them. And that's probably because you speak your truth. You stand in your truth and you live in your truth. The problem with them is that they have to mask up, and pretend to live a life that, what, everybody is fucking living too. But the thing is this, you live in your life as a tourist, you're actually seeing things differently. People will view you differently because of the way you see them differently. You could see people as a museum because you are the tourist of the fucking world, yet they will look at you as a fucking stepping stone. But they don't even know, with you being seen as the stepping stone, how are they stepping on you? Are they stepping up or stepping on you to dig you further into a ground? But when they dig you further into the ground, they don't know how many fucking seeds you're gonna spurt the fuck out. This shit's crazy. But people will do it because of the mindset that they're stuck in. But they want you back in that mindset too. It makes no fucking sense. It's like it's nice to be indoors, right? It really is. The AC is beautiful, but at the end of the day, before all of this happened, we were all outside, inside of a fucking tree or covered up in thatches and fucking leaves. It makes no sense how some people at the end of the day will cover up so much and say that they're hot, but do the hottest shit in the background. That at the end of the day, if they were done, seen doing it in the middle of the fucking day, they'd be sweating. So the worlds don't make no fucking sense. You know? It's like you want to be something in the light, but yet the darkness is what bothers you. And that's what eats them up in the fucking light. You're regurgitating shit that ain't yours, but yet you're eating shit in the dark. The wildest part about the whole thing is the image is the one that's foreseen because of the fact that we always see it, but we don't see ourselves. And that's when the projections come in. And I can't even post this video. It's too much storage. I need to clear up storage. But it's the covering up of the mirrors. The mirrors is your eyes. People want to sit there and create an illusion for the smoking mirrors in your eyes. Therefore, you don't see them, right? But what do you see? What do you see when you feel energy? You see the fucking face behind the faces, behind the makeup, behind everything. You see the energy. That's what's talking to you. That's what's making you feel. That's what's actually touching you. That's the fucking position. I mean, that's the person before the person walks into the room. That's the energy that's felt. Yet, those same people don't want to feel that. They want to keep it in the dark and freeze that. They're the ones with the jar spells digging up in other people's graves and shit. And they're wondering what the fuck is going on with their lineage. What's going on with their bloodline? Why can't little Tom Tom get something? Why is little Ron Ron going to jail again? Why is this going up again? Why is getting Suited Sam getting fucking scammed again? The same shit keeps them binded because they want to bind them. Envy and jealousy will really fucking put a lineage to depletion, all because somebody don't want to face themselves the way you face yourself. Healing really is a fucking journey, yo. It really is seeing the ugly side of yourself and accepting that and really facing yourself in the mirror where you know what? It ain't nothing covered up. Nothing can be covered up because the inside of you is always going to speak up before you do. Energy is real, yo. And the fact that a lot of people really do believe that energy isn't is the reason why they keep on repeating and rewinding the same cycle. Then they just want to stay in it. That's the shit that I don't like. You play me like I'm delusional. Shit, I'm gonna look at you like a clown. What circus are you running? I want to be entertained too, and that's the part of me that I'm confused about because I like to play. The big kid in me lets the inner kid learn too, because without the inner kid learning what the fuck the facts are when it comes to being a grown up, yo, you walking around unbalanced. You gotta want to enjoy the park too, but at the same time, you also want to be able to create another one for another one to enjoy. It's the mindset that some people don't want to be in. That it takes elevation of self. It does take removal of the people, places, and fucking things around you that you outgrew, that never was adding to you, but basically was salty. So adding salt to every fucking game you fucking was playing, every fucking move that you was doing, every change that you had going on for you, or every want that you spoke of. The salt was being sprinkled all over you, yet we tried to make soup with it. And then we confuse ourselves when it comes to the dome, the planetary alignment of ourselves when it comes to what we got to align with. People, places, and things are our downfall, yet we are our biggest downfall when we choose the people, places, and things that keep on adding salt to the flavor that we're creating for ourselves. And that's the crazy part, because it does extend to the lineages, the fucking bloodline, and it spreads out to the how deep the roots are, to how fucking wide the fucking limbs grow. That's how deep it is when it comes to the energy that's exchanged, if it's not reciprocated the same. But people really do want you to stay in an illusion that they created for themselves. And when you clear away the smoke and walk around with clarity, they get mad at you for seeing through it. It's the matrix, though. What are they? The glitch. Yo, appreciate the comments, mama. But that's really it. That should be stuck in my brain of what, like, as soon as the video uploads. There it is. I wrote it down too. Some folk cover up their mirrors to distract them from their own projections. And that's the saddest part of it all, is that because you want to see yourself, right? You want to love yourself. And that's the shit with the voodoo dolls, yo. Back then, voodoo dolls was really for the reflection of yourself, what you want, like your own buddy type of shit, right? And motherfuckers really did twist the game up to being something else. I mean, you can twist the game to, however you want to, but the intentions of you will always come back to you, the energy you put out and put into is going to come back to you, and some people are not prepared for that, and that's the sad part. And that stretches on to the trees and to the limbs all over again, where the leaves fucking fall type shit. When does it fall? It's sometimes that fucking tree will always remain fucking leafless and wonder why the fucking seasons never change. Damn. And we are each other's mirrors. That's the sad thing. So why is it that you don't want to see other people and seeing you for you, whereas you want them to entertain the darkness of you? I don't understand that shit, but get mad when nobody wants to entertain the darkness, when the darkness of themselves, that person might not even want to walk through. Yet, at the same time, not even want to walk through, live through, experience. Yet they want to play with you in the darkness and don't know what the fuck you had to do to actually get through it. And then the person standing in front of them trying to put them through another dark spell. What the fuck? That's how monsters are created. The manipulation, the ego, the arrogance, and the pride that they can, and they should, and they shouldn't, but they do because they can. And then when that can comes back, they don't know how to hold it. They don't know how to keep it. It destabilizes them and ruins the foundation. There goes the lineage. There goes the bloodline. All the fucking leaves never change because the seasons never change. Yet here we are 400 years later, still replicating the same, down to the minute measures of how to get over on the next when we're all in the same fucking pot. It could be all in the same fucking house, and a motherfucker get mad because you decided to get new sheets, but we were all saving the same. Where'd your shit go? It comes to the investment of self. Some people want to take what you got because of the fact that they spent it on something else. So they get mad at you for investing in you. They get mad at you for the steps that you walked to get to the light. Yet They don't want to get, they don't want to feel the burn of what they had, the shit that they put themselves into. It doesn't make no sense, yo. The energy makes no sense because it goes round and round and about in a repeat rewind in every fucking cycle, every season, every fucking family, in order for everybody to really recognize the mirrors that we are to one another. Yet, not everybody is as family is supposed to be, let alone friends is supposed to be friends. That's the thing. Like, how are you going to get mad at people for wanting better? It doesn't make any sense. But here we are, 400 years later. Yo, it's the same ones that will go to your house, rob you of your keys, and then help you look for it. And then days later, ask you if you found your keys. And they're jiggling keys. Oh, no, those not your keys. This is mine. I found them. I found my keys. I lost them. I thought I lost mine. It's an image. But what is the image? When we also know that shit gets done in the dark that we don't want to be done in the future, but what's been done in the dark is already being shown in the light. What is being, but we still got people that don't want to believe. But some people are the ones that don't want, that say they don't believe, are the ones that's participating because they want to stay in the dark. But they got to put that image in the damn. It's the polytricking of the mind, heart, and the soul. What will you trade in order for you to actually live up to the image that you created and built up? Whereas those same ones that built up the image needed the help of others to maintain that image. But the one that doesn't have the image to uphold is the one that they want to tear apart the character, to build up another character, to narrate that character. Therefore, the image holds up. Ain't this a bitch? That's too much fucking work, yo. This sounds like a whole fucking movie. It's like nowadays, it's like I'm 49, right? I'm 50 in a couple of months, yo. It's coming from the non-digital, right? To where we have floppy disks for memory, right? To having to really expand the mind to really memorize, because the world will show you a lot of different things where what was what was there, something else is new, but the memory upholds what was there, right? So some people really do go off of what was and try to bring it anew, with no creativity in it, because that brings about the tradition, the religion, and the custom, where you are to create that life for you if you are your own being, right? You are your own individual. But some people still want that tradition. They want that hooded religion type of shit where, what, that's that binding shit, man. People speaking over people in order to manipulate people emotionally and mentally to keep them in that bind so that they circle around the same things. Societal norms. The societal norms of one really don't align with the societal norms of others. Therefore, wars of the mind continues. But what is the war of the mind if we do remove what causes the wars of the mind? When it comes to the people, places, and things that cause the chaos, the war, the distractions, disruptions, interruptions between interactions of one's mind. The mind is the planet, The planet is part of the universe, therefore we're always expanding. There's other reasons why they don't want you to really reproduce, but at the same time want you to produce for certain lineages. There's a reason why there's bans for things. This is going into other things now. There's a reason why there's bans for things, because they want and need certain lineages to continue or to begin. Therefore, the wars of the mind is part of the psychological war, the spiritual war, to gain custody of your soul. Therefore, if they can keep you in the bind, the lineages of what keeps them in the bind continues. Wow. And all you have to do is participate, either willingly or forcefully, by the binding of the manipulation of the mind and the heart, to make your body physically, either willingly or forcibly go. And that is to be impregnated, to continue a bloodline and a lineage of what is binded. Wow, that's deep. And that's how empires fall or how empires begin. But if you build your own empire, you got to pay mind to who actually tries to go in through your moat, try to go through your, you know, the side of the building and shit. All because of the fact that you building yourself up without any hands helping you get up. They want to know how. So they will send everybody within that binded clan crew, you know, binded circle of repeat, rewind, renew, recycle too. To come knocking, trying to knock through your moat. You know, see what the hell, you got your electric eels, you got your crocodiles, your alligators, you know, you got your fucking snakes and shit. You got all your shit up in your moat. You know, you took your time to decorate your shit. So they got to find a way to go through your moat and break down the fucking, that drawbridge, you know? It takes time. But within that time, in that circle of repeat, rewind, nobody recycled any of those sticks and stones, those bricks, that mud, that slinging, nothing, no seeds, nothing was grown. They were just busy taking. They taking seeds that they don't know how to fucking take care of it. They taking plants, trees, and then shit's dying. They gotta repeat, rewind, recycle the same shit on constant rewind in that binded shit. And they will keep sending people try to go over your shit. Take bricks from the bottom, but don't know that you got a storage full of bricks. Shit's crazy. You don't have, that's a thing. You don't have to do much. You can just keep on doing you, right? Because the energy of you is going to speak for itself. Therefore, the Most High is already going to see it, feel it. You know, already know it. It was already written. Therefore, we just got to keep on walking the path. Those that try to interrupt the path already misaligned themselves from their own path. Therefore, they step themselves back. Saying really shit, the rebuke, return. I mean, all that shit goes back with the more and more you keep exuding the energy of you. You know, it's like we are all our own church. We are all our own spoken word. We are all our own power. You know, we are all sourced by one. Yet the ego, the arrogance, and the pride really does step in and makes some people, it's sad how many of a few people really want to stand up with that and be the middleman and say that they can control you, do you. It's the part of the voting system, this and that. Some people really do feel as though that they are a part of your voting system with your life, and they're not even a part of the panel. They're not even at the sidewalk and shit. Your shit's cordoned off. But some people, a few people, feel as though that, you know, the manipulation of the mind, the heart, can make you physically give in of yourself. You just give it up to the Most High, because that's that, you know, what the fuck that goes across your mind, you know? Because to me, before I do anything or say anything bad to anybody else outside of my home, it's just like, huh? Because I want that to come back to me, the air. I want the energy to come back to me, that, you know what the fuck? And put that fuck back into my bucket, you know, of fuckets. Because it takes too much energy to try to manipulate another's mind and heart, to try to make them react to something that, you know what, they probably already went through. And it's the moment of either laughing or just walking away. Sometimes it's better just to walk away, because some people don't know what to take of your laughter. You know, they don't know what to take of your smile. They don't know what to take of your happiness or even the energy. Some people don't know how to control that or even control themselves with the uncontrollable spaz of happiness, of joy, if they can't reciprocate that themselves, even if for the moment, you know, the energy doesn't match up or line up to what they speak of. Yet they're the ones that want to stand on business in the circle of bondage. Wow. But they want to remove you from your business, which is you, by speaking ill of your business, which is you. Therefore, they don't see themselves as a business. Therefore, they treat themselves as their own customer that they don't like. Damn, yo. But what is the damn? I just did a live on this one. It's like, building the foundation when it comes to the tradition, religion, and the custom. We do come from family that's really not family. We do. And we run into friends that's really not friends. But that's the creation of you. What do you build off of when it comes to you? What do you not want? What do you want when it comes to the foundation of you? And that's the family. That's my definition. That's how I'm thinking. Because people are loyal to what they're loyal to, but what are you loyal to? Are they loyal to you too? I don't like that double standard shit. That fucking two-faced. uh Stay. Stay with what makes you comfortable. Stay with what you're settled with. Stay with what you're consistently frequent. It's like the repeat, rewind, recycle. You could only go around a circle so many times before you get dizzy, right? But some people like the dizziness because the brain's still spinning. It doesn't stop because of the constant manipulation for them to keep going. For them to stop is for them to feel. For them to feel is to really feel that emotion. And to feel that emotion is the memories. The memories is the detoxing. But some people don't want to take that time to detoxing because the whirlwind of the brain still spinning is a part of, you know, they don't want to filter that out. To filter that out means that they'll feel the emotion of why the filtration is happening, why the detox is happening, why the release is happening. And some people don't want to release, but they still keep eating off other people's plates and wonder why they are constipated. Damn, yo, when you look at the energy and you turn it inside out, no, if you look at the human body and like cut it right open, right? Everything will spill out, but what is spilling out is the same thing as taking apart your skin and showing the energy of you. What is the energy of you? What of your energy do you want to replicate? If you go back to the way people actually were when we studied the skies, that's what we were aligning to when it came to energy. So what is the energy that people really do want to replicate when it comes to the bind, when it comes to that bondage of a circle? Because not everybody's going to see what you see, yet we are all part of the seeing when it comes to the stars looking down, right? Depending on what text you read, you know, it's all there. It's depending on how you want to see yourself. But at the same time, the very way you see yourself is the same way that others are trying to dim that seen part of yourself, because they already saw you. And that's the part they want to drain out of you by keeping folks in that whirlwind dizziness of confusion as to who is really who because of the mask, because of the makeup, the image, the flawlessness, of pretending, because the script can be held up for a very long time if motherfuckers are always improving when it comes to their lives. Just as long as you keep dancing to the tunes that they are speaking to you and through you. Damn, yo, that's a tough ass spell. But it's a curse nonetheless that has to be broken. And it takes one to a few, a lot of a few, to actually break the spells of manipulation when it comes to the spiritual war, because it breaks the bondage out of the lineages and the bloodlines where it's not even the Uncle Tom type shit or Auntie Sally's no more. It's really filtering out what I mean, it's an ongoing problem, damn near 50. It's an ongoing process, the filtration system of what you don't want in your family. But those families really is what you want for you and not of the family you come from. That's the shit. Because a good amount of what we had really isn't what we want forward. But a lot of it is speaking the truth. But a lot of people don't want you to speak the truth at all. Mm. Note the most I got you. Thank you for replying in the comments too. I'll be back one. Have a good one. Bye.